Well, Liverpool getting knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 16 against PSG. Them winning the league, getting knocked out also in the Carabao Cup, losing that, getting knocked out in the FA Cup. They won't win the treble. They are going from multiple trophies to just the one, the Premier League trophy, which is obviously a great trophy to win. They're also going to be losing Trent on a free, going over to Real Madrid. That news has just broken today, quite literally moments before recording that. Salah's still not signing a new contract. Virgil van Dijk still not signing contract, and their contract expiring at the end of the season. Who knows what's going to happen with them? I think Salah might stay. I think Virgil might go. We're going to jump into a rebuild, but we're going to give ourselves only 10 minutes to rebuild the squad and to try and sign some players to help them win the league again, obviously win the league, but also at least get further and deeper in the Champions League. So let's go and jump in and let's fix the broken Liverpool. And with us going ahead and putting Trent Alexander-Arnold on the Real Madrid squad already, so we won't have the season that he technically is having now, the last season here at the club. He is off to Real Madrid. The snake is gone. And that is going to be that. We go ahead and look at the squad and look at possible improvements, assessing the squad. Quite obviously, we need a new right back, so that's going to be majority or priority number one is bringing in a right back. Kanate and Van Dijk are good at center back. Maybe an upgrade at left back for Robertson because he is getting up there in 30 years old on simulations. Remember, we are just kind of quick simming towards the end of the season after the end of the 10 minutes. So yeah, Solskjaer, we could definitely improve on him as a can because in real life, he's not great. In the game, he might be a little bit decent on here. On the game, it's actually kind of decent on here for sure. They don't have an out-and-out right striker, in all honesty. They have Luis Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, always playing there. We're going to go after a striker. I think y'all know what striker we're going to go after there. And with 10 minutes to go, hopefully I can remember to put it on the screen. I don't actually have it on the screen at the moment like I normally would. I have it on my phone. 10 minutes starts in 3, 2, 1. The 10 minutes has started now. Forbes, that is just simply for me for editing here. Let's go ahead and get some action done. The first thing is to buy a right back, and I know exactly who I want to bring in, and his name is Achraf Hakimi. See, the board one's around 80 or so million, so we're going to offer 75 million. See what they say, 124 million to spend. That is insane. We can offer 95 million. See what they say to that. I did obviously give myself quite some money. We gave ourselves 500 million to go ahead and rebuild the squad. So I mean, it's not a realistic rebuild anyway. So we might as well just give ourselves money. 95 million for him. He's gonna come into the squad. He's gonna be our first signing to instantly replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. And a defensive option is definitely in the fact I'd rather have Hakimi than Trent Alexander-Arnold, honestly, in the defensive option. They're both great attacking, but defensively, Hakimi is a lot stronger and a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and offer him 150K on wages. He'll accept that. And Hakimi, welcome to the squad. Welcome to Liverpool. The next player we are trying to get is, of course, Alexander Isak. We're going to try and swap Diego Jota just to make it a little bit cheaper and to make sure and guarantee that Alexander Isak starts in the simulation because Jota is 84, Isak is 86. So there's a little leeway there for Jota to be able to play. We want Isak to play every single minute possible, every single minute he is fully fit. He is going to come to the squad, revolutionize the squad, and honestly, what I will say is whoever signs Isak in the summer, whether it be Liverpool or Arsenal, they will have the better fight of winning the league next season, in all honesty. Obviously, I expect, unless Manchester City go ahead and get hit with some financial problems, I expect Man City to be fully back next season, fighting for a Premier League title for the first time in 1 year. Obviously, this year is off year for them. They're fighting for Champions League football. I expect them to be back fighting for Premier League titles. I expect Arsenal to be up there for sure if we can have a great summer like we need to have, which involves signing a striker, which hopefully involves personally signing this guy. But in this, we go ahead and bring him to the Liverpool legends here. Welcome to Anfield. Welcome to Liverpool. And hopefully you can bag some goals. We got just over a little bit more than 5 minutes to go ahead and spend. Possibly bringing a new left back and maybe a midfield option as well to strengthen that squad. This could be the last player we bring in, and this could be a risky one. Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, 89 overall. We are going to go ahead and include... Are we going to include Solskjaer? No, we're going to go ahead and include Curtis Jones, because why not? We're then gonna offer 100 million because he's worth 143. They want 193 million. All right, we're gonna offer Harvey Elliott plus 130 million. See what they say to that. Maybe they'll agree to that a little bit. Right, they'll need some time. Okay, well, I don't really have time, in all honesty. Do I want to bring in Alphonso Davies for Andrew Robertson or Andy Robertson? The answer is honestly yes, because I just don't like Andy Robertson. I think he's a horrible, horrible baller, in all honesty. We're going to go ahead and offer 24 million. See what they say to that. Plus Andrew Robertson, they want 76 million flat. It's fine, we just won't bring him in. So Andy Robertson goes ahead and survives the gauntlet here. And now I just got to bring in Verts within the last 2.5 minutes here that I have left. It's a little bit more than 2.5 minutes. We got to see if he wants to come to the club, of course, obviously. Leverkusen here. They have Conor Bradley, no. 161, you know what, fine, whatever. 161 million. You can come to the squad. This could be the piece. This could be the key piece of our rebuild here. We might not even need the 10 minutes, in all honesty. Might not even need the 10 minutes. We got 2 minutes to spare if we wanted to bring anyone else in, but 170k, because why not? You can match Isak. Florian Wirtz, welcome to the squad. Alright, we are just going to go ahead and cancel the time in there with roughly a minute left, about a minute and 5 left. We are going to go ahead and cancel the timer. We no longer need the 10 minutes, which means we can no longer sign players. So we are going to go ahead and put the team together as we want it to be here. Isak is going to come into the squad, and then obviously Hakimi, and that is the squad. It didn't need much work, in all honesty, because obviously they're winning the Premier League, so you don't need much work if you're winning the Premier League. It just comes off the basic next season for them. If they want to sign Isak as a striker, they definitely probably should sign a striker. They maybe bring in some more midfielders, maybe replace or look for a decent replacement for Virgil van Dijk, because Konate is on his own. Yeah, other than that, it's looking like a great team. So let's go ahead and jump to simulation. I will see y'all at the start of January, or the end of January, where we should hopefully be somewhere decently in the league, and at least in the round of 16 and not in the playoffs of the Champions League. And halfway through the season, we're not really in, well, we're in a title race, but not really too much in a title race in that aspect. We are 8 points behind the league leaders, Manchester City, after 23 games. In the FA Cup, we are in round 4 against Swansea City. In the Carabao, we are in the semifinals against Manchester City, which could see another trip against Newcastle United. A bit of revenge could be on the cards there. In the Champions League, we finished 10th in the league phase by 2 points. We are into the playoffs, in which we'll have Benfica. So interesting to see there. Let's see how my boy is doing. I mean, I can't really see how the other guys are doing, but I can see how Isak is doing. 25 goals, so he is scoring the goals. Wirtz is injured, which is unfortunate. How long is he out for? It's a lower back injury or back injury, so he couldn't be out for too long. He's fully back in 4 days. Let's go and see if we can get past Benfica. Maybe get in the Carabao Cup semi or final again against Newcastle. Get our revenge there and get back into the title race. Champions League action here against Benfica. A 2-2 draw. Luis Diaz scoring there. Second leg of the Champions League here against Benfica. Are the boys going to go ahead and get the job done? 4-2. They win 6-4 on aggregate. They actually, I guess, no, they win 4-2 on aggregate. Okay, so they win 2-0 on the day there. We get PSG in the Champions League, a round of 16. It's quite literally a carbon copy of last season. We did go ahead and lose to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, but it's a quite repeat of, well, last season, of this season's round of 16 in the Champions League. PSG versus Liverpool. The first leg here against Paris Saint-Germain, it is going to go ahead and be PSG to probably pick up a result here, a 1-1 draw. Can we go ahead and beat them in the second leg? It's PSG versus Liverpool through the calendar, a 2-2 draw. Don't know who won on penalties. Who won on penalties? We win on penalties. We go ahead and knock off PSG. We did better than what they did in real life. They will be in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They will be taking on Manchester City in the Champions League quarterfinals as well. Wow. Here are the quarterfinal matchups just for pure look. Manchester City get Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund get Arsenal, where Arsenal would have Real Madrid. In real life, Real Madrid have Aston Villa beating them 3-0, and Barcelona have Inter Milan, where that was a 1-1 draw after the first leg. The first leg here against Manchester City are title rivals for this season, title rivals for multiple seasons in the past. Man City get the better of us in the first leg. And then the second leg of the Champions League action, we need a big performance from Liverpool. It's not going to happen. We lose 4-2 on aggregate. We are out of the Champions League. We're in the semifinal of the FA Cup, though. Let's just go see if they can go ahead and manage to win the league somehow. All right, well, the answer is no. We couldn't win the league, even despite having Isak, Verts, Hakimi, all the likes of sort there. We don't even finish in the top 4 of the league. That is embarrassing. Did we win the FA Cup, though, at least? The answer is yes. Okay, we get our revenge on Newcastle. They get their revenge on Newcastle in one way or another. The FA Cup final was Liverpool and Newcastle. Liverpool win it at Wembley. So there's at least that. Did Newcastle win the Carabao Cup? At least that's realistic. They won the Carabao Cup. They beat Manchester City 4-2 on penalties there. In the final of the Champions League, it's Barcelona versus Real Madrid. This is something we can actually see in real life, and honestly, it might be a favorite to actually happen in real life as well. The El Clasico in the final. Galatasaray going to win the Europa League, and then in the Conference League, it's the final between Fiorentina and Copenhagen. Let's see who the top goal scorer is. Let's see how many goals Isak ended up having here alongside Florian Wirtz. Mohamed Salah actually took over, scoring 33 goals. Isak had 31 goals. Gakpo and Diaz go ahead and swap places, 16 and 13. Florian Wirtz was a weak point in the game. McAllister had 6 goals, 8 assists. So yeah, there goes the goals there. Andy Robertson was not the great, obviously. Yeah, did Hakimi not play? Did Hakimi not play that many games? Because Hakimi played majority of games. Calvin Bradley just came on the sub as a lot. Well, that's going to be it for today's little rebuild experiment video. Failed rebuild, I guess you could say. On Friday, 10-minute rebuild for Manchester City, considering they're out of the Champions League. They are mid-table. Well, they're not mid-table. They're fighting for top 5 in the Premier League at this season. The only bad thing is they don't need players at all, so who knows. But I'll see y'all on Friday for some type of video. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.